Hi Pisces, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you. With that said, for those of you that sent me well wishes and holiday messages while I was on my holiday, it really means the absolute world. I'm so grateful for that. It was such a lovely touch. For those of you that would like to know, I am back open for business. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And also, if you haven't got your copy yet, the Retrograde Survival Kit is ready. It is up and out there. You can get your copy for $19.99 versus $39.99. And it goes up on the 31st of October when Mercury goes retrograde, right? So it's close, it's soon. With that said, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So this week, interestingly enough, I went into my meditation and was listening to my intuition. Your word this week, what I could see was a paddle boat, right? And it was the paddles, or the oars as they're called. And the message that came through with that was you're going to have to get there on your own merit, on your own steam, on your own energy, on your own power. This week, Pisces, you have to show up for yourself. It's almost like, I think a lot of you are going to see something happening in front of you. So maybe in your professional life, maybe in your personal life, you're going to see something and you think, you know what? Any minute now, somebody's going to jump in and sort this. Any minute now, somebody's going to do something about it. This week, unfortunately, that person, Pisces, has to be you. Nobody else. And it's not to say that nobody's coming to the rescue, because that sounds really morbid, like, oh, you're out here on your own. It's not the case. The actual case of it is, whatever it is that needs to be done will only be able to be done by you. You are going to have to be that person that comes to the rescue. You're going to have to be the person that digs deep and says, right, you know what? Nobody else is going to do it. Sometimes the best way to do it is light that bitch up your fucking self, right? So this is the thing, you're going for it and you're using your energy. You're doing the paddling. You're doing the rowing. You are making your, it's you, babe. You're the one that's got to do it. So whatever that means to you, I hope it helps. Your destiny card for the week ahead is the Tower card, right? So you might be very surprised at the situation that arises this week. You might be very, very surprised at what takes place. And the reason being is because, like I said, you could be expecting, yeah, you know what, this person's going to come through for me, or that person's going to do it, or I don't need to worry too much about that because it's going to happen. You know, anybody is going to step up. And the Tower card basically says that you will probably be very surprised that where you expect help or support to come from, it won't. And that help and support may come from a source that you never even expected. As an example, when the shit hits the fan, we always expect, you know, our friends and our family to be the people that are there for us, you know, or our partner. This week, it might not be one of them. It might be not an enemy, but it might be somebody that you don't even see eye to eye with. Like if this happens at work, if a situation arises at work and you're the person that goes in to fix it and somebody sees you and says, wow, you know what, I'm going to help because that looks like it's really, really tough. You could be very surprised at where the support comes from this week. You know, it's you that's making the initial push. It's your energy that's going to have to get this started and get it moving. But when the support does come in, you could be very, very surprised at who it is that offers their support. And more importantly, you could be really surprised at who it is that doesn't offer their support. As a direction card, you've got the King of Cups, right? So this is partially your energy. You've got the King of Cups would be a water sign male, a Pisces, a Scorpio, or a Cancer. And it usually talks about ruling your emotions. This is going to be a really interesting week for you. You could find that you are having to support somebody else. You could find that somebody else is really supporting you. You could really, because the thing is, Pisces is really always in their feelings, always in their feelings. This week, you could find yourself doing what a true empath does, right? And I've had this discussion before. I am an empath. And when the shit hits the fan, when things get really serious, I have an uncanny ability to switch my emotions off completely. Like, it could, and you could be like, whoa, you know, okay, is Raph still Raph? Like, yeah, absolutely, I'm still there, but I am so focused on what needs to be done to make sure that everybody in the vicinity is going to be okay, that I can literally switch the emotion off as I need to, deal with what I need to, and then after I can process it and go into my little cancer cave and be like, it's horrible, I can't believe it. Right, with the direction card this week, it looks like there is going to be an event, a situation, or an experience that is going to have you really have to switch your emotion off. Be present. Take how you feel out of it. Don't do the, oh my gosh, this is so awful. And this isn't saying like the world is going to come crashing down or anything like that. Like I said, it just looks like you're going to have, because the Tower card is always something shocking, right? It's always something that we didn't see coming. It's the card that represents Uranus, and so therefore it can't really be predicted. All you know is that there is something coming. It's probably going to be very shocking. It could be quite difficult or challenging to deal with, but you will make it through. And the beauty of the Tower card is it offers you true liberation. Once it's over, once the event is done, you look back on it and you're like, oh, okay, you know what, it was awful at the time, but actually on the other side of it, that kind of actually helped me out. Even if it's just this week that it demonstrates to you that you are able to switch the feelings off, that you are able to be self-directed, self-focused, that you are able to, you know, to set aside whatever differences you have with someone and say, yeah, you know what, out of all the people I expected to help me, it wasn't you, but the fact that you did, yeah, cool. You know what, I got you, I feel you, I'm on that kind of energy. All right, it's going to be a very, very interesting week for partnerships, collaborations. Going to be a very interesting week for work, for, you know, whatever's going on in your life, personal or professional. Your insight card for the week is the Eight of Cups. I mean, dang, bruh. Like, the Eight of Cups is basically walking away from an emotional disappointment, but it's also seeing that you can walk away from it. It's having that realization that, you know what, yeah, I'm cool, I'm over it, I don't have to hold on to it. And this whole thing, I kind of feel like that's what the lesson is going to be for you this week, is like, I can have this experience, I can switch my emotions off, put them aside, deal with what I need to deal with, and then I can process it after. Not always the healthiest thing to do, but sometimes it is necessary. Right? And the Eight of Cups as an insight card is basically saying not only can you do that, but this week it's probably going to be vital. If you want to make it through unscathed, that is going to probably be the formula that you'll have to follow. Right? But it does look like it's either in your professional life, so for some of you this will be about work. For others, it could be that you have a situation arise and your partner doesn't come to the rescue. For those of you that are partnered and you think, damn, like you should have been the first one there. It's not because they don't want to be. It could be because they've got their own stuff going on, or they're not even present, you know, so they can't be there. That's the feeling. It's almost like it's going to be a real surprise of who comes to help and who doesn't. But like I said, the first start, the first push, the first initial boom, let's do this, is going to have to come from you. It comes from within this week, Pisces. You have everything that you need to make this happen. Do not fret. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.